today's story, The Asses Has No Brain. Before starting the story, all of you must subscribe to my channel. The lion, king of the forest, had grown old. He could no longer run fast, so he could not hunt. Often he had to go without food. As time passed, he grew weaker and weaker. He knew he could not go on like this. Somehow he had to get enough food, otherwise he would die. How was he to get the food he needed? He thought and thought. At last time, he decided that he would take an assistant. The lion could not think about anybody other than the fox for this. He called it the fox and said,
My dear friend, I have always liked you. You are wise and clever. I want you to become my minister and advise me on all the affairs of the state.
The fox did not trust the lion. He was sure there was something behind the lion's off. However, he could not say no to the king. So he said, Your Majesty, I feel honored. I shall do my best to serve you. I accept your offer. Now tell me what I should do. The old lion was pleasant. He said,
I shall now tell you what your duties will be. You know, I am the king of the forest. A king must not run after any animals for his food. So your first duty will be to provide me with enough food. You will have to bring me one animal every day. I know you can do that without any difficulty.
I shall do my best, Your Majesty. And he went out in search of food for the lion. On the way, he met a fat ass. He went to the ass and said, My dear friend, where have you been all these days? I have been searching for you for the last 17 days.
I have been here all the time. Why did you want to see me?
To give you the great news, you are very lucky. Great honor await you. Our great king, the lion, has chosen you to be his chief minister. It was he who asked me to meet you and inform you of his decision.
The lion? I am afraid to the lion may kill me and eat me up. Why has he choosing me as his chief minister? I am not fit to be a minister. Please leave me alone.
You do not know your great qualities, and that is your special charm. Our king has had a great deal about you. He is dying to meet you. He likes you very much because you are wise, gentle, and hardworking. The poor ass thought that perhaps what the fox said was true. He felt that he could now trust the fox and go with him to the lion.
All right, if you like, I shall go with you to the lion.
You are needed wise. You must not lose your greatest chance in life. Now, let us go and see our greater king. His Majesty has told me many times all sorts of nice think about you. How happy he will be to meet you. But as they approached the lion, the ass felt very frightened and refused to go forward. The fox went to the lion and said, Your Majesty, the chief minister is very shy and hesitates to come near you.
I like such modesty. I shall go to him myself.
And the lion went limping towards the ass. At the side of the lion, the ass was so frightened that he ran for his life. So the lion lost his mane. He roared in anger and shouted at the fox.
You have played trick on me. I was so hungry that I wanted to eat him once. So go and bring that ass back. If you don't do so, I shall kill you.
Your Majesty, you were in too great a hungry. You should have left it to me to bring him near enough. But I shall try again. The fox went out and met the ass again. You are funny fellow. Why did you run away like that?
I was too scared. I thought the lion was going to kill me.
What a fool you are! If the king wanted to kill you, he would have done so. You could not have escaped by running away. The fact is, the king wanted to tell you a secret about the kingdom and he did not want me to hear it. Now, what will our king think of you? Anyway, come back with me and ask his pardon. You do not realize that by serving the king, you will be the most powerful animal second only to the king. All the other animals will respect you and beg for favors from you. The ass again thought that the fox had told him the truth, and so he agreed to go back to the lion. The fox and the ass approached the lion. The lion was hungrier than ever, but this time he was not in such a hurry. He smiled and said,
Welcome, my friend. It was unkind of you to run away like that. Come nearer. You are my chief minister.
As soon as the ass went close, the lion pounced on him and killed him with a heavy blow on the head. He thanked the fox for his cleverness and fled, glad that at last he had some food to eat. Your Majesty, just when the lion was about to begin eating the ass, it is true that you are very hungry. It is time for your dinner. But the king must have a bath before his meal. The lion thought that the fox was right. He should go have a bath.
Very well. I shall go and help my both. You keep watch over the ass.
The fox looked at the body of the ass laying before him. He was very hungry. He said to himself, I had all the trouble getting the ass here, and lion almost lost him by his foolishness. It is I who deserve the best part of the meat. Then the fox cut open the ass's head and ate up all the brain. The lion returned and looked at the animal he had killed. It did not look quite the same. He found that the ass's head had been cut open. He asked the fox,
Who came here? What happened to the ass head?
The fox pretended to be a very hurt. Your Majesty, you still do not trust your most obedient servant. I have carefully washed the ass's body. I am sure nobody has touched it Why yourself shammed the head of the poor asses when you killed him? The lion was satisfied and began eat, but suddenly he shouted,
What happened to the ass brain? I wanted to eat the brain first.
The fox smiled and said, Your Majesty, asses have no brains. If this one had any brains, he would not have come here with me for the second time. The lion saw the point and happily continued to eat his meal.